Black Friday.
Close, but that's actually not an American holiday technically.
My birthday's in November.
That's awesome, but that's not really an American holiday either.
I don't know.
You don't know? Raven.
Thanksgiving.
That is correct. Now, does anyone actually know why we celebrate Thanksgiving?
So that we can eat lots of turkey.
Okay, that's a plus, but that's not the actual reason.
The Pilgrims.
Good. That was pretty close, but we're going to show a video and we're going to give you a little presentation so you know exactly why we celebrate Thanksgiving, and you can go tell your families why we eat all that food.
And you guys can eat your candy now.
Yes.
Right now?
Hi, my name is Plymouth. Plymouth Rock. Now, you might just wonder how a rock ever got a name like Plymouth. Well, let me tell you how it all happened. The year was 1620. It was a normal day for me sitting on the beach, getting some sun, minding my own business, when lo and behold, along comes this boat. And can you believe it? As big as I am, it bumps into me. Ow!
Who said that? I think it was the rock. The rock? Whatever. Let's plant the flag, shall we? I do hereby name this place Limit. Very nice. And what about a name for the rock? I do hereby name this rock Limit Rock. Is that the only name you know? Sounds great to me. Let's go.
And so the Pilgrims got off the boat and began the hard work of setting up a settlement in the New World. Now, I don't know whose idea it was to try to build a settlement at the beginning of winter, but needless to say, the Pilgrims had it pretty rough.
What's your hunting? I'm hungry. Fish fillet, anyone? Oh, Lord, please have mercy on us.
Finally, the long, hard winter passed and spring came, my favorite time of year. The sun was shining, the grass was growing, the birds were singing, and the Pilgrims went out to plant.
Number one, dig hole. Check. Number two, you don't really know what you're doing, do you? I admit it. I'm not much of a farmer.
But God had heard their prayers and sent along one of the locals to help them, an English-speaking Indian by the name of Squanto. Would you like some help?
Yes, please.
So with lots of hard work and working together with their new friends, the Indians, by the end of the season, they had an abundant harvest.
God, we thank you for our families and friends, and for thy many blessings.
Amen to that.
Hey, we should do this every year.
And so began the tradition of Thanksgiving, when family and friends get together to fellowship and eat and thank God for his many blessings. And as for me, for some reason they decided to give me a new home where lots of people come to visit me and take pictures. I am of all rocks most truly blessed. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. Yay. Was that fun?
Yeah.
I love that. My favorite character is The Rock because he's.
Mine too.
I know. All right. So if you can look over at the board, we're gonna go over several words, vocab words that were shared in the video. Does anybody know? So Thanksgiving is gonna be the topic of our class. Does anybody know what Thanksgiving is? Anybody? No. Okay. So Thanksgiving is a North American holiday that celebrates thankfulness. What are you guys thankful for?
My mom.
Your mom. Can you raise your hand? What are some things that you guys are thankful for? Yeah.
I'm thankful for my teachers.
Yeah, your
Yes.
teachers. Awesome. Anybody else? No? Okay. The second word is Mayflower. So, did you guys see the big ship that came with all those people in the beginning of the video? So the Mayflower carried those settlers all the way from England all the way to America. How long do you think that took them?
Forever.
Forever. Probably felt like that to them, yes. Does anybody have a guess?
3 hours.
3 hours. A little bit longer than that. Yes.
5 days.
A little closer, but still a little longer. Yes.
2 weeks.
I think it might have been months, actually. Because back then they didn't have planes, they didn't have trains. They weren't able to just hop on a plane and go over there. So they had to take a long way around to get to America. So they were the people that went from England all the way to Americas, and it's the ship that took them. Okay, so what is sharing?
When you have something and your friend wants something, and so you give it to them, and then they can give it back. Unless it's food, then you would just give it to them.
Okay. So sharing is to have something with others. So if you have a toy and it's your toy, but your friend likes that toy, you can have that toy with that person and play with them, and that's called sharing. And that's something that God wants us to do, because He wants us to have our things, but also to let others be able to enjoy it and have fun with it too. Because God gave us this beautiful world, He's sharing this world with us, and so we should share with others too. All right, who were the Indians? Anybody know what the Indians were?
My dad says they're a baseball team.
Yes, they're named after the Indians, I think. So they're the first people that lived in North America. North America. So they were the ones who lived there, grew up there, and then all the pilgrims came over and started living at the same place. So the last one, like I said, are the pilgrims. And these are people who travel to a special place for their beliefs. So they traveled to North America for their religious beliefs, the pilgrims did, because they wanted to be able to have freedom in what they believed in. So they traveled all the way to North America so that they can be able to, live freely. All right, so now that you know all these words, I want you guys to turn to your partner, and I want you to retell the story of the Thanksgiving story in your own words, but I want you to use all 5 of those words, okay? So in your story, you're going to use all 5 of the vocab words, and at 1 minute, Miss Love is going to say switch, and you guys are going to switch. One person's going to listen, one person's going to say, okay? All right, come.
Do you want to go first? Okay, good. Okay.
Thanksgiving is when the pilgrims almost died. They got to America, they almost died, and then some guy named Squanto squatted with them and taught him how to farm. And then they had a big party.
You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can come to
Oh, they
my
share.
house. My mom knows how to make turkey.
And something about that road near school.
Okay, well, if you already finished your turn, you can start talking.
So, Thanksgiving, once upon a time, there was a boat called the Mayflower. It brought people from
It's a road.
England.
It's a road. A lot of people should shoot for it.
England came to America.
You guys can switch if you haven't already.
And they were called the Pilgrims.
So what do you
And
think about
Indians shared their food with the Pilgrims.
How does it
And
work?
Thanksgiving was
You're not
born.
paying attention.
Hey!
I still like Black Friday better.
I've heard about Sacagawea. Is she a part of Thanksgiving?
She's not part of Thanksgiving, but she is an Indian, and so she's part of another story. So maybe we'll
Can we
learn
talk about that story?
maybe in the next couple lessons.
What's your question? You sure? Positive?
Thank you for sharing your
And
Thanksgiving.
she celebrated
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Now that you guys are all Thanksgiving experts, does anyone want to share their own story that they just shared with their partner?
Okay, so once upon a time, there was a rock, and these men with funny hats named the Pilgrims came over on this big boat called the Mayflower, and they hit the rock, and it hurt his feelings, but they didn't talk about that. And then they came and they built houses, and they met these people that were already living there. They had feathers in their hair. They go, whoa, like Pocahontas. And then they decided to sit down and be thankful, and they called it Thanksgiving, and they shared food.
Awesome job. Very
Good
descriptive.
job.
That was awesome.
All right.
Now that you all know the story perfectly because you were all paying attention during the video and the instructions, we are going to take a little quiz, but don't worry, you all know it. I heard you telling your stories. You're gonna do great.
Sure, we just talked about sure.
You'll get one, Raven. Put our name on the pictures.
Yes, put your name at the top. Thank you, Raven.
If you get done early and we haven't said time, you can turn it onto the back and write down everything you're thankful for. Okay?
All right, guys, just a few more minutes, so try to finish up. Raise your hand if you need more time. After everybody's finished their quiz. Good. Can you guys pass them to the middle?
I wrote mine in red.
This is so much fun.
Can you show Professor on the back I wrote thankful for.
All right. So by now you guys should be Thanksgiving experts. You guys should know all about the Thanksgiving story, so you can tell your friends in the other classes if they ever want to know how Thanksgiving started. So we're at the end of our class, but does anybody want to stand up and tell their favorite part of the Thanksgiving story? There's a lot of parts of it. Does anybody want to stand up and say what their favorite part is?